What I have in front of me right now are the Skullcandy Crusher ANC2, the Crusher ANC, and the Skullcandy Crusher Evo. I'll try to keep this comparison as brief as possible, but my main focus will be on the Crusher ANC2 because it's the latest one out of the bunch. I'll start off with build quality and comfort. The build quality on the Crusher ANC2 is the same as what you get on the Evo, with a few differences, with the main difference being the ear cups, which are constructed with more thought on the Crusher ANC2, and they are more spacious, so spacious that my ears feel like they're floating. And also the ear pads are firmer. So these are more comfortable than my Sennheiser Momentum 4. They don't cause as much sweating or pain, but where they lack is in stability. The stability, it feels like I'm not wearing it properly for some reason. So to have more comfort out of this, I need to extend the headband a little bit farther than the first point where I find comfort, which is not a problem because it just increases the stability and the comfort, and also it increases the passive noise cancelling, hence the general noise cancelling performance. And onto the controls. The controls on these are customizable, but actions that can be assigned are quite limited, but still satisfactory for me at least. And my two favorite controls on these ones are the haptic bass style, and the noise cancelling switch right here, the noise cancelling switch, and the haptic bass dial. So switching between the modes is seamless and can be done as quickly as you can flick it. So if you can flick it this quickly, yeah, this is about as quick as it's going to go. And the voice prompt still speaks over the sound but doesn't mute it. So it's no longer disruptive as it used to be on the ANC1, but it's because it doesn't mute the music. The haptic dial is better than the slider in my opinion because it allows you to more accurately select the percentage of bass that you wish to have. It also has a color code for different bass intensity. When you go to the bottom, it's white, and as you get to max, it turns purple. That's pretty cool. But now we'll move on to the noise cancelling. The noise cancelling is good. It is better it has better noise cancelling than what we had on the ANC1, and it is almost as impressive as what is on the ANC. However, the noise cancelling on the Crusher ANC2 is negatively affected by the poor seal of the headphones, and if you turn your head slightly left or right, or look up or down, you'll experience a loss of noise cancelling. To enjoy the full potential of noise cancelling, I extend the headband slightly. That's the same thing I do for comfort. So I extend the headband slightly beyond the point where I find comfort, and push the ear cups slightly backwards. So now we'll move on to the sound quality. The sound quality is the aspect where it made its biggest leap, because it's not just the best sounding Skullcandy ever, it also challenges headphones like the Sennheiser Momentum 4. I didn't want to make a comparison like this, but in the month-long testing that I did with it, I have come to the conclusion that the sound is very close to the Sennheiser. This means that the predecessors don't stand a chance. It's so good that even without the haptic bass, or even with the haptic bass on minimum, I still enjoy using it. With the ANC1 or Evo, unless the bass was maximum, you would never find me using them because they didn't sound good at all, and they had too much harshness in the treble. The ANC2, on the other hand, manages to have a whoa, what happened? Alright, let's continue. So the ANC2 managed to have a more laid-back sound that is pleasant and doesn't sound narrow and awful. And then for the bass, wait, I feel like I'm not getting enough light here. Let's see. There we go. And then for the bass of the Crusher ANC2 is the best of any Skullcandy Crusher because it has more versatility since it is highly customizable. The customization can be done through the EQ, which modifies the characteristics of the bass, as in how deep it is. Like the EQ decides how deep the bass is going to be, and you can also customize it through the dial, which deals with the intensity. And the intensity deals with the resonance. Now the bass on the Crusher ANC2 is wider, looser, and has more presence than the bass on both the Evo and the ANC, with the ability to go extremely deep to places that the other two cannot go. Basically, the Crusher ANC2 has enough bass to self-destruct. You can make it sound very clean and flat, or very big and dirty, after just a few tweaks, using the EQ. On the predecessors, to get more bass after maxing them out to 100%, I had to increase volume, which was something I really didn't like to do. But on this one, the Crusher ANC2, even with the volume on 1, you can get a world of bass thanks to the EQ. I'll interrupt the video for a bit because I forgot to say this to give better perspective on the Crusher ANC2's bass. With the bass EQ band on 10 on the Crusher ANC2, you only need 5% of haptic bass to match 100% of the haptic bass of the Crusher Evo. That's how much more bass the Crusher ANC2's got. So, for my conclusion, ever since I bought the Crusher ANC2, it has replaced my Momentum 4 as my daily headphone because the ANC2 is more comfortable than the Sennheiser. It sounds almost as good and has a very beautiful bass that can be customized to sound like natural bass or like bass from a huge speaker system. The Crusher ANC2 is an easy recommendation regardless of which Skullcandy Crusher you already have. No Crusher comes close to the ANC2 in anything. So if you choose to buy the Evo over the ANC2, you're not actually saving your money, you're just wasting your opportunity to get something that's much better. And that was my opinion on the Crusher ANC2. I just brought out the Momentum 4 because I think these two share lots of similarities, especially in the color scheme and also the location of the logo. It's quite interesting how headphones can look very similar these days. But anyway, if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. Cheers.